When 14th part of when you were with your mafia husband's child and his obsessive brother tries to hurt you. Author point of view. You were back to your room. A doctor had treated you and a maid brought food for you. The night passed, but Taehyung did not come in. You had no idea what was happening outside the room. Jan, is we dead? You shivered when you remembered how his car was burnt to ashes. Breakfast was sent to your room. Was that an indirect order for you to not leave the room? Jan, where is Taehyung? Maid, no one had seen him, ma'am. She nodded and she left. After taking a few bites, you were full. Then you decided to go out. You came in lounge. After an hour, Taehyung appeared with Eric. His eyes stayed on you only for a moment. Jan, ta. Take all files to my study and call the members here. Eric nodded and left. Taehyung was going towards his study when you held him by his arm. Jan, Taehyung. He looked down at your hand and then at you. Jan, please listen to me. He freed himself and your heart sank. Ta, I have work to do. Jan, just for a minute. Even tears in your eyes did not stop him, and he walked away. You decided to not give up. You waited all day, and he did not come out of his study. He was indulged in files when you stepped in. Looking up, he passed a disapproving gaze. The words you arranged for him jumbled up in your mind. Jean, I was waiting for you. A very soft, innocent voice made him weak. Da, I am busy. His attention shifted back to his work. You walked in slow steps and stopped near him. Jan, let's go and have dinner with me. He slammed shut the file and threw it on the table. You bit your lip when he glared at you. Da, I can eat when I want. The tone was sharp. Jan, I also have not eaten all day. Da, I don't care. Your heart broke. He never said that before. But he loves you. He cannot hide his feelings. You sat in his lap. Only his wife can do that. Sitting when he was angry. His hands, Jan, can't you listen me out for once? You placed your small hands on his face. Ta, get up. Jan, I am sorry. Ta, I said get up. He yelled and that made you flinch. His eyes insanely dark. You stood with welled up eyes. Ta, leave. He spat and looked away. You cannot believe this. He always forgets your mistakes when you sit near him and never denied your touch, but today he does not even want to listen. Jan, at least. He ripped himself from his place and you stepped back. Crying on your wrist, he pulled you towards the door. Jan, Taehyung. He pushed you outside the room and slammed the door on your face. You were yelling to open the door, but the soundproof room did not let in your voice. Going back to his seat, he fell down. What is happening in my life? Due to stress, he pulled his own hairs. Next morning, cook was serving him breakfast when you entered in dining room. You gestured him to leave and placed food in Taehyung's plate. You also sat and ate silently. Your eyes were puffy due to crying and lack of sleep. Jan, what will you get by not letting me explain? You asked when he was done. He looked at you, his face blank of any emotions. Ta, then let's see what I will get by your explanation. It felt like your explanation was already rejected. Ta, explain. You breathed in and out. Jan, I left so that we can find the laptop and discover that Mr. Noah had killed his mother. Then he will kill him. You were saying that you wanted his own twin brother to kill his father. Only he can hear that. The laptop. You told me about it and I said I will handle it, but you did not wait. Jan, I am sorry. Ta, so you got what you wanted. Jan, we had that laptop. but it was locked. While mocking a laugh, he stood. Ta. And again, there is no proof. You also stood. Jan, is he dead? He was in that car. Ta. Why you care so much for him, huh? You shook your head when his voice raised. Jan, don't take me wrong. I only wanted that laptop. He lost his control and shattered a glass on the floor. The enough Jan, she called him, planned with him, and left me without a single word. I was dying here. Do you have an ounce of regret for that? Pain and anger mixed in his raised voice. Jan, sorry, you mumbled. Ta, you were accused of killing my mother. I fought with my own people for you. And you? He stepped back when you tried to get closer. Jan, I wanted to prove that I did not kill her. His eyes shining with tears as you pleaded. Ta, I did not blame you for her death. Saved you from me. Then why? Jan, because I lost Mark. He was innocent. I want to avenge my loss. So what? You yelled back. Jan, I told you that Eric is not loyal. I told you about laptop, but you were just trying to distract me. If you cannot help me, then I will not sit helplessly and beg you. You wanted to sort this out, but it went on another way. Ta, oh, I see. Taking a step to you, he grabbed your face. Ta, you left because I was useless. Dad was saying you chose him because he had the power. You just constructed. His words burnt your heart. You wanted to yell and deny, but a tightening knot in your throat caged your words. He was desperate to hear and know, his dark eyes piercing in yours. You were torturing him more by your silence. Ta. So it is true. Your senses did not process his question. His hand was on your jaws that were stiff now. You gasped for air when he walked out. While sobbing, you sat down there on the floor. They were gathered in a meeting room. Taehyung was at the target for killing me. Even Mr. Noah was against him. Noah, he was your brother. Ta, I would never care as long it is about my wife. He roared and others gulped. Noah, she ran with him. Ta, you're not exception, Dad. Think before you let out a word about her. Noah was fuming in anger. Taehyung, and I will not believe that my evil twin is dead until I see his dead body. His eyes narrowed when a few members exchanged glances. He let out a small laugh. Find his body and declare me the next leader. There was no way that he would show the pain he was suffering from. You had bound yourself in the room. Servants came, but you did not leave the room, nor ate anything. Taehyung's words were repeating in your head. Jan, I lost him. He does not love me anymore. Tears again slipped on your cheeks that you rubbed away harshly. Jan, it's not right. You stood from the bed. Jan, I will tell him that I love him and I never betray him. Walking through the room, your eyes fell on the mirror. Disheveled hair, unwashed face, puffy eyes. Jan, not like this. She pulled out a dress from the cupboard and took a shower. Wearing his favorite color, you left the room. Roaming in all whole house, you came back. He was not there. It repeated for 3 days. You get ready, search him, and come back empty-handed. Jan, he hates me now. You fell on the bed while crying. Jan, please forgive me, Taehyung. You always forgive my every mistake. Then don't leave me this time. Please. The night met like that, with your tears and sobs. Taehyung was in the club. He gulped down another glass of burning liquid and sighed. Eric, you had been for the last 3 days. What's wrong? As if you don't know. There is a lot of stressing work. That was his routine. He would work all day, then drink at night and stay there till morning. Eric, you should go home. Ta, is someone waiting there for me? He mumbled sadly, but Eric heard it. Eric, something happened between you and Jan? Ta, no. He was drunk, but he knew what to spill and what to not. Eric, you forgave her for what she did. Turned his red eyes to him. Ta, she is my wife, my life. Everything is forgiven for her. But you never bothered to worry about my personal matter again. He was slurring and his head fell on the counter. Eric left him there, as he will now wake up in the morning. It was dawn when his phone started ringing. With half awakened mind, he attended the call. Ta, yes, mate. Please come fast, sir. We found Miss Yan fainted in her room. The news made him sit up. With widened eyes, he left the high stool and stumbled badly as a shock of pain hit his head. Ta, Yani, to be continued. Thanks for watching and love you all.